Alright, welcome back to another Ragemore's Minecraft videos. This is just another bonus video of the multiplayer server I've been playing on, which is World of Eldin. Just thought I'd give you a quick tour of a couple of the cities that I'm near and visit, and I'll try to visit each of the cities that I know of on the server, maybe bring a video of those. For now, I'm just in my house where I bought some land. I do want to do a video eventually too that kind of is a tutorial for what to do on a server like this that has some different features to it, like leveling up and buying land and different things like that. There's a lot of cool features to this game that they've added through mods to make things more interesting. So here we have the Wife Agro Excavation Services building. We built this in the city of Sahara. It's kind of a small town at the moment, and I just kind of built a sandstone structure, a little bit of wool in there. It's pretty basic. I'll just kind of show it to you before I leave here. Just some storage areas, and then I'm going to begin to expand down as I go. As you buy land, you're allowed to dig underneath your home and place whatever you need to place there. So here's the town of Sahara, which we can see here is if there's signs. I'll try to read them out to you guys. I see there's the owner Domo and his squire. Looks like they've been building here. We've had this structure's been here since I started. A couple of the ones that just got put in more recently was this, and I see the guard towers are finally shaping up, and here you can see the word Sahara out of wool. Here's a plot of land that can be sold later on. And we have I believe this is a mine shaft here of Domo and Shibi. I think Shibi was the original town owner. I don't know if that's switched or not. Here's another person's, they used cobblestone, and looks like they're going to put a farm down in here. They even have a gate. Usually if you click on the word gate, it'll let you open or close it. There used to be a building here which is now gone, so I'm assuming there's doing some remodeling yet. Another player structure here, some more towers. Our main gate out the front, and right now they haven't finished kind of what's out here yet. As you can see, giant zombies is part of this mod, so we don't want to get too close to those. It's mostly a sandstone wall structure, as you can see. Big towers. So if you saw the other bonus video where I went over to St. Croix, you know, they're using sandstone and sand at St. Croix, but definitely different, so each town kind of has its own feel, or they try to have their own feel. This is an expanding area where they're going to sell more plots, and it looks like we're developing more stuff here. Again, that's the back of my house there, which I'll probably dress up if they clean that up, turn it into something that looks a little nicer. I just wanted to have a place where I could call home. Arena entrance, so this must be where they're going to do PvP stuff. More plots to sell. It looks like they're going to make this place a lot bigger. And then this looks like either, I don't know what they have here. That's the gate. The word castle here. I wonder if this is going to be somebody else's home. I don't know, we'll have to see. I don't think I can get up here, but we'll see. See if there's anything up there. Nope. Alright, well we'll have to see how that develops, and maybe I can bring out other update videos that will show us those things. Nice little fountain. Close the gate for them. There we go. So that's Sahara. A smaller sized town, but starting to expand. The way towns kind of work is as players create cities, first they have to have enough land to be considered a city out in the wild, is what we call it. And once they have that, they have to build 4 towers that can be conquered by other cities that declare war. So there's a whole war system that this server runs. So another thing we can show you is, I think eventually they're going to clean this up out here. Right now, I mean, it doesn't look very well, so I'm going to just climb through here and get through this area. A lot of the cities are going to try to, you know, police what is near them and what can be built around them. At some point, each city usually has a roadway that leads from New Haven New Haven is the starting point, so if you were to join the server and you were to res in, you come in on the boat like from my first video, and it's kind of over in that direction. And there's big town roads that lead out of that to the different places. And eventually this road will probably lead over to that. So that's Sahara. There's another city that's pretty close to here called Valhalla. So I'll run over there because we can keep this to be a pretty short video, and then we'll run and check that out real quick. As you can see, here's that road I was talking about that comes out of New Haven. So if you're in New Haven and you head, I'm heading north right now, so if you head west out of New Haven, you're going to come along this road. I'm just going to jump through here, and there's some squid. Rise back to the surface. I see we have a nice rainy day. This is a PvP server, so it's one of those things where you do want to be careful. It's possible for players to try to rob you or take your stuff or kill you. It's also, on this server, I've seen a lot of people that are really helpful, so it just kind of depends. I would always just use caution when you're approaching other people until you find out who they are and what they're about. So here's the main road that's been built for a long time. When I did my first video, I actually traveled south, and that went to St. Croix. So that's, if I go head south on the main road, which is kind of back that way, I would hit St. Croix, and you can see that video. This is heading west, so we see Sahara there, and we see Valhalla here, which I'll show you. Eventually I'm going to go ahead and go and show you Avalon and Amaterasu, which are two other cities that are down this way. In fact, the two bigger cities on the server. So here's the road town to Valhalla, done by Jules. Jules Spino is one of the guys that's put up a city pretty early on. A pretty good guy. Usually is very helpful for people that are newer. So here they built a raised rock walkway. One of the cool structures I've seen on the server is this tower. Really nice kind of wizards-like tower. I'm not sure who owns that, but it is pretty interesting to look at. And then you have some other people that have bought plots of land out in the wild. If you don't buy land in the city, then you're basically considered buying land in the wild. Usually it's more expensive, but then you can kind of place it wherever you want. That's kind of what those are over to the right. So I'll run over here real quick. Sorry for the rain. I hope it's not too loud as we play through this. So here's their front entrance area. Has a gate that can come down, and I believe, yeah, they still have the lava up. Pretty interesting. Now in this city, he does have a shop where you can sell things. So if you wanted to sell items, here's the mushroom shop in the shape of a mushroom, which was kind of funny. I like that. Some more buildings. So you do see a different style here. You're not seeing the sandstone style. You're seeing more of a wooden and, I would say more of like a Viking structures or something that suits, Valhalla. Here's a little tower. Here's another one of the offices of Wife Agro Mining. So this is Sethanon's area. I have permission to go into these so I can get in here. And he does his crafting here and his information. So he's not too far from our house. Nice little 10 by 10 plot. My plot was a 10 by 20. And we do have plans to actually create our own city. It's going to be one of the things that we want to do, and we'll probably bring a series to you about that. There's plots up above us. Let's see if we can get a better view here. So Valhalla is a little different because it's kind of in this vertical valley that they found, which was kind of a really cool idea. One really neat thing here is the skull. And we'll see if we can get a better vantage point of this. This is a skull on the side of the mountain. This is one of the cooler structures on the server, I think. It looks really neat. So let's see if we can get a better vantage point. I know some of these have a lift up and lift down. Let's see if that allows me to get a good, there's a good skull view. Mushroom shop, some more houses that people bought. This is a plot that, this person purchased. So he can not only create stuff here, and you see I don't have permission to go in there, but he can also go all the way down below underneath him and all the way up top probably. So let's continue our tour. So there's another lift up and down, not quite sure where it goes. This must be the other house. And then there is stairs up to go to other places. So again, Valhalla is a different than St. Croix and different than Sahara, which we've seen so far. Up in the cloud layer here, which is always dangerous. Can't quite see. Looks like somebody might have a plot up here that they're going to do something with. And then down into the valley. So this is Valhalla. So just, another interesting look at another way a city can be built. I really like that skull. Let's go take a look at that tower while we have some time. And then what I'll do is I'll also make a few more videos of maybe a whole video of Avalon. And then maybe I'll make a video of Amaterasu. And there's even more videos or cities out there that we can explore. And more get made every day. So keep an eye out for that. We'll take a look at this tower as our last little piece. This thing was really cool looking. I'm going to have to steal this idea. It's just kind of a neat idea. So it just kind of goes up, and he's got a lot of stairs here. Ooh, watch out for that guy. We'll just run away. Don't want to die. Sorry if this makes you dizzy while you watch. Going up and up and up. Try not to fall here. It's got windows out, which is nice, so you can see. And then here we are at the top. Cloud layer up there. Well, let's see, I didn't notice the signs before. First tower of Valhalla. So these are probably going to be the towers that each city has to have 4 of them, so eventually they'll have to make 3 more of these, I assume. Alright, let's see if we can get this guy without dying. There we go. Okay, that probably completes this tour of Sahara and Valhalla. Stay tuned for more videos of cities from the world of Eldon. I'll go ahead and put the link to the server in the video description. And for those of you that want to try this out, just go ahead and meet us in Minecraft. It is now patched up to 1.7, so it is working with the latest version. Thank you for joining me on this short video, and we'll see you in the next one.